Good morning, this is Onyabike Adventures. My name's Hawk and today we are on Nam O Beach, 15 kilometers north of Da Nang City. Nam O Beach here is actually where the first US Marines landed back on the 8th of March 1965. So when the Americans first officially sent the troops onto the ground in Vietnam during the wartime, 3,500 Marines were landing here just north of Da Nang City. And today we are going to ride over Hoi An Pass. You can see the mountain there. We're going to take an amazing sweeping bends all the way over the top of that mountain. Amazing views today. So this is the Royal Enfield Himalayan. This is our bike of choice for all of our tours. We use these throughout the whole country, north, central, south. We got tours on all terrain, all types of weather, and we find this bike is the best for pretty much everything we want to do in Vietnam. Now today what we'll be doing is going up to 500 meters around some really great bends on a good quality road to the top of Hoi An Pass. Hoi An itself means ocean and cloud, and so there's a lot of times when you're up there you get a wet surface from the clouds. A lot of times it's raining and we find actually the Enfield handles wet or dry pretty much just as good. So on the way up to the top of the mountain and on the other side going down again, you've got a total of about 21 kilometers that we're going to ride. We'll stop in a few different points, not just for views but for a bit of information and have a look around at what we can see. It should be a whole lot of fun. So yeah, that's probably enough talking for now. I guess it's time to shut up and get on your bike. So here we go. This is the start of the Hoi An Pass from the south side heading north. We're at zero-ish, maybe 5 meters high above ocean level and about to climb up to 500. So here we go. I'm not going to try and count the corners on this mountain because I tried that on trial last week and clearly cannot count that high. This is a fuel depot on the right here. It was originally built by the Americans. And that is an old bunker built by the Americans to protect their fuel station. So this is the first really good lookout point that we come to on this bend, and really beautiful view down to the two beaches there, the Bai Han Beach and the Lang Van Beach, and you can see the train line that runs around the side of the mountain, which was originally built by the French Indochina line, but still used today as the main railway line north to south. One of the most beautiful bits of railway track in Southeast Asia. So halfway up the south side of the mountain you find the big famous rock with the viewpoint. It is literally just a big rock with just the most incredible view, and over the years it's become very popular with tourists to come and take selfies at, so we call it Selfie Rock. And tourism traders brought up these guys down the bottom selling drinks and foods and hats and small statues and all sorts of other stuff. Not a bad place to stop. It can get a little bit busy if you're here at the wrong time of day, but definitely worth a stop. Look at that view, it's incredible. So when you get to the top of the Hoi An Pass, you do have two options for bike parking. Over here by the gateway with the penguin bins, you can leave your bike there if you wish. But if you want to actually sit down, have a drink, use the bathroom and have someone to watch your helmet, watch your bike, look after your belongings, you've got a whole range of choice here. All of these places will look after your bike and your belongings for free as long as you buy a drink or an ice cream. or have a look at the gifts that they offer. They've got a lot of necklaces and beads and things like that. They're all very friendly, and nothing wrong with supporting the local people. And as well as all these tourist friendly shops, you've got the actual history monuments up here. The brick built towers that you can see, the two with the arches there, were part of a fort built by Emperor Min-Mang in the 1820s. Emperor Min-Mang was the second of the Yuan dynasty emperors who lived in the citadel in Hoi City, which I'm sure we'll visit on another video at some point. And for pretty much all of time, the Hoi An Pass has been a natural barrier. So anyone wanting to pass north-south, south-north in the middle of Vietnam would have to go over the Hoi An Pass until 2006, when they put the tunnel in, of course. Later on, when the French came into the country and colonised it, they added their own bunkers to this high point. And then later, when the Americans were here in the 60s, they added even more bunkers. So they built the two turrets which have got the little tops on, and there's a third one behind the shop here. So basically, from the start of time until the end of the wars, this was always the point that any military wanted to control. So we'll go up and have a look around. Behind the shops is the third of the bunkers, the machine gun turrets built by the Americans. Now, it's not open to the public, but I happen to be friends with the guys that run these shops, and the guy that lives up here behind the shops who has access to this. So he's let me come up here. This is the view from the bunker. The original machine gun mounting post is still here, and you can imagine sitting by the window in the road. It gives you some idea of what it would have been like to be that American soldier during the war in this cramped little spot, potentially being shot at through this window. So as you're wandering around up here with all these old bunkers and buildings, you'll see a lot of bullet holes, and particularly evident on this building here. But yeah, all the buildings are covered in bullet holes. It's quite somber to think about what went on here. Okay, well, I'll see you next time then. Have a good day. So here we go, heading down the Hoi An Pass on the north side. We've got 11 kilometers of beautiful road and amazing views. So we're now nearby to the bottom of the north side of Hoi An Pass, and we find this lookout point, which I like to call the Jeremy Clarkson spot. This is a spot you'll be familiar with if you've watched the Top Gear Vietnam special. So yeah, this is the spot where Jeremy Clarkson talked about the Hoi An Pass and called it one of the best ocean roads in the world, and I totally agree with him on that. The view from this spot is really beautiful. You can see all the way down Lang Co Bay there. Lang Co is this small fishing town here. It's got quite a lot of tourism now as well as fishing, but you can see the two bridges there that go into the tunnel. So thankfully all of that heavy traffic there that used to go over the pass is now going through the tunnel and leaving us to enjoy the pass on our bikes. So when you get to the bottom of the Hoi An Pass, you'll know you're at the bottom because you're right underneath the bridges to the tunnel, and you might be wondering why there's hoses spraying water in the air. Well, actually those hoses, if you look over here, are for watering your pigs. No joke, this is the pig washing place. These guys are travelling north to go for dinner, and they get a bit hot and dusty going over the pass, so they stop here to get a bit of a drink. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Onyabike Adventures are running motorbike tours all throughout the country, north, centre, south, all year long, and I'm going to be making videos of all sorts of different areas in Vietnam on all the different tours we do. So if you love Vietnam, if you love motorbikes, or if you just want to see more of me, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and keep tuned in to our channel. So that's the end for today. Thank you for watching. So yeah, I know what you're thinking. Hawk, shut up and get on your bike.